We got a ton of new knives this week, including a black leader for you. Let's light it up. Let's go ahead and talk about this week's Benchmade release. Now, this is one that we haven't had a chance to look at, fondle, play with. That is the brand new PSK. So, this is, I forgot to take the tag off that. There we go. So, Benchmade doesn't do a whole lot of assisted opening, but they do them very well. This one also has the safety built in the back, just like all of the automatics do with the axis lock. Now, we've got the full G10 version that we're showing right here. That one's coming in at $360. And then we've got the carbon fiber G10 combo all black version, which I think is going to be Isaac's favorite.
I like them both. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest carbon fiber fan in the world. I like shredded carbon fibers and stuff. That one it's a little different, but I'm just not the biggest carbon fiber fan. I like some of the fat carbon stuff that we've seen, but this one, between that one and this one, they both kind of have their own style. I could see myself carrying this one more as like that kind of goes with anything. But they're both very fun, and if you haven't ever really been good at the knife flicking game, this one makes it really easy with that assisted opening.
Yeah, and it's still possible to close it one-handed too. Like you can just actuate that axis lock right there, and then pull it over. It's not that difficult. Got a two-way pocket clip, magnet cut on the blade steel. Now you'll notice on that one that Isaac's got right there, that one has the first production run stamped on it. That will not be on all of them, so just know that. This, obviously, first production run will, but after that, they won't have that. So
better buy it fast.
Absolutely. So like I said, that one's coming in at $360, $405 for the carbon fiber with the red accents on the thumb studs there.
Something cool, something a little different, something a little new from Benchmade, which is always exciting. And we've actually got a nice lineup on the table today. Let's knock out the one that was in the thumbnail. Let's talk about some of the new things we've got. That new, old, new.
Yeah. So most of you know our X-Wing exclusive from Microtech, the Ultratech. This one is going to be the Ultratech Double Edge. We're calling this the Black Leader. So we wanted to do something a little bit different, something kind of stripped down, give it kind of a different look. So we had them do something different on this one, and I really like how this one turned out. So all of the accents, all of the milling on the handle is going to have kind of a dark stonewash finish to it, including the blade as well. So M390 on the blade steel. This thing turned out super slick, and I got to be honest with you, I've got two of the original X-Wings, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of like this one a little bit better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the X-Wing, and I love the color pattern because, I mean, it goes along with my nerdiness, but this just looks super, super slick. That one's coming in at $429. And in keeping with the Microtech exclusives, you guys undoubtedly have seen our MSI exclusive that we did our Will It Cut test with. Well, now we've got a new version of our MSI exclusive Desert Warrior.
They also just got done watching us bring it back to good.
Yes, bringing it back with the Work Sharp sharpener there from Ken Onion and the blade grinding attachment. This one is going to be the partially serrated version. So OD green on the handles, the polycarbonate on the handles, and of course the tan coated blade, this one partially serrated. So especially if you cut a lot of rope, cut a lot of like twine, stuff like that, some sort of binding, the serrations are going to be great. Now, a lot of people kind of shy away from serrations because they're harder to sharpen. These are going to be not super difficult, so you're going to have a couple of different files to get them back. But serrations are also something that doesn't have to be sharpened as much as a straight edge does. And one thing that I really like about a sheep's foot blade like this with serrations is it's still really, those serrations don't impede your ability to sharpen this portion of the blade right here.
There's
separately.
plenty of blade on there
Yeah.
for you to attack it any way you need to.
Absolutely. So I really like that. I think that's a good evolution going forward. Now, we're not getting rid of the straight blade one, but this is just going to be an addition to that exclusive family right there. M390 MK on the blade steel, and I like it. I like it a lot.
As digs it.
I just digs it. Now, we might as well stay on that Microtech train and show you guys the new Cypher 2. Now, before opening, this is going to look just like any of the other Cypher 2s. It's going to have the dual fuel drive system. It's going to have the crud cutter right there. And it's going to have the screwless design. The only one we've got is the backside right here, securing everything. We've got the glass breaker on the back end. Super smooth, but oh, this one doesn't have the sheep's foot blade there. This one's got the double edge.
That's a beefy, wide double edge.
It is. It absolutely is.
I mean, just comparing it to, for reference here,
that was close.
Ooh, yeah, it's a good bit wider.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they've done a really, really good job with this. And you can see the attention to detail. So they've done the milling in the blade there. Those holes don't go all the way through, so milled on both sides, matched up perfectly. And I gotta say, with that dual fuel drive system, this thing is super easy to actuate, even with the index finger right there. So I love this thing. And with all the improvements that they've made in that line and going forward with the dual fuel drive system, the crud cutter, the new easier opening mechanism, they're not going up on price that much, if any. Like some of the models, like the Combat Troodon, is actually coming down in price with the new formation. These right here, the Cypher 2 with the double edge, coming in at $400.40. M390 on MK on the blade steel, so that's what it's going to be going forward on all of those. So really cool knives from Microtech, and really, really excited to see all the new stuff coming from them, as always.
Let's take a break from some of the higher end stuff, and because this is a pricey show this week.
Yeah,
we do have one that you've brought out here that looks like it's in a good price range right here.
This one?
This one?
That one?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is going to be a new collaboration from Adam Heibel. So
interesting.
If you're familiar with Adam Heibel, you are familiar that he is a designer and maker, custom maker of balisong knives. This is his first folder right here. Now, this one, I'm going to go ahead and say, obviously because of the price, it is imported, but Adam Heibel designed these and is having these OEM'd. Coming in with D2 on the blade steel. This thing is super smooth. We've got 4 different colors, variations. Some of them we coated blades. We've got black, I think blue and green G10. Might be tan instead of blue. Might be black, green, and tan. Could be a blue one in there. I don't remember exactly. But really cool looking blade shape. I like that exaggerated clip point there. This one's coming in under $100, $92.95, and really, really smooth action on that thing. I like it, and I like where this is going. It feels good in the hand. It's a good size. It's not too small, not too big, just right. What do you think about that one?
I like the weight of it. It feels very substantial. It is definitely a unique blade shape. It almost kind of reminds me of a fillet knife.
Yeah, kind of.
So you're getting something designed by a guy that knows his way around an edge. And,
and how to throw them, flip them.
Yeah, so I mean, you're getting a knife from a guy that has designed a knife to just work perfectly with however you're holding it, and it does. We just time here, and
yeah,
it just feels good. It feels like a good work knife. Good job for Heibel on that one, and that one right there. We do apologize, but we just got some really quality stuff on the table. I'm not saying the other stuff's not quality, but this is some. Every week's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what we get in that week. Now, we've got some other stuff on the way, but obviously if it's on the way, we can't show it
Yeah.
because it's not here.
Which
so,
I still like looking at this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think some people do too. Which, it's fun for us to even get to play with it. So
Oh, yeah,
very
absolutely.
very lucky on that end to just kind of get to scratch that itch.
Yeah, yeah. This one I don't think is going to last long. I think this is the only one we got, but we did want to show it off. You guys were really happy with our lineup of Midgards Messer. God, that thing was intense. I get scared every time I open this because it is a beast.
It makes you question your grip strength and.
That barely fits on the screen right there. So we're talking CPM D2 on that.
That just looks absurd.
Huge blade. It is a frame lock titanium on the handle right here, and nice substantial backspacer with kind of a pry bar and some serration or some jimping right there. Serrations. I don't know why I keep thinking about the serrations on that. But just an interesting design. A lot of different ways you can open it, but I can't really demonstrate above the table with all these other expensive knives. There we go. And so we're talking interesting geometry on this. If you look at this handle, the pivot is all the way down here at the front side of the handle. So when that blade pivots around, it's pivoting around that point right there. So really different geometry on this one, making it a very interesting build. I mean, I don't think this is going to be a EDC for most people, but it is a good conversation piece, and I think it's a really cool piece at that. And I mean, CPM D2, it's basically the same as D2, right? It's a lot of different ways you can open it. It's super smooth. When you go to close it, you definitely want to keep your fingers out of the way because
it's a guillotine.
Yeah. That one's coming in at $449. I think that's the only one we've got right there. So
heck of a deal for what it is.
If you want it, get it while you can. I can't get my throat cleared, apparently. What's next? This one's not really a new one, but we want to show off that we did get a shipment of these in. We got a ton more Hinderers in, so if you're looking for a Hinderer, hadn't been able to find one, which is often the case, we got a huge shipment of Eklipse, 3.5-inch Spearpoint Triway with the working finish and Stonewash finish as well. S45VN on the blade steel, frame lock. I mean, just dead nuts reliability that you've come to know and love and expect from Hinderer knives. And that is one of the most, if not the most, ergonomic design that he makes. I love the XM18s. All the XM series, the 24s, but I gotta say the Eklipse is where it's at when it comes to ergonomics for me and size. So that one's coming in at $425. I believe most of those are going to be right in line with those prices as well. And if you're looking for Hinderer scales, we've got a ton of those as well available on our website. We can link to those as well. So if you're looking to customize a Hinderer that you've already got, you can order those as well. So. What next?
Let's get the last one on that side of the table out of the way.
This right here is a very interesting one. So the BuckMaster has a unique and rich history. This is the BuckMaster 2.0 right here. So Buck designed the original version of this back in the 1980s, actually supplied, I believe it was somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000, might have been 1,500, I don't remember, to the Navy SEALs. Now, this is a combat dive knife. It's got a lot of different features and functions we'll try to go over here with you. We're talking Boss Heat Treat 420 high carbon steel, which is going to be insanely corrosion resistant. And I mean, numerous people on the internet and through testing have proven that 420 is one of, if not the most corrosion resistant. It's one of the most corrosion resistant. Now, there are other ones like LC200N, H2, things like that. But 420 is actually more corrosion resistant than M390, which is incredibly surprising considering its rich history. Now, this one has a interesting piece that adds to it here. And this is going to be a hand guard that you can put on this way. This plunger moves out of the way, right there. Slides up in place, locks right there, just like that. Or it switches around. Well, I didn't really show that well. Hang on. There we go. Or it switches around. So you just pull that plunger out, pull it down, and you can switch it this way right here. Locks in place. You can actually tighten that down and secure it so that it doesn't wobble at all. And so it's a very interesting design. It kind of reminds me of a grappling hook, which I think is one of the purposes of it, one of the many. I mean, it's obviously going to be a hand guard, but then when you take that off, you're thinking, well, what kind of sheath does it have? So we've got the Kydex sheath here with the nylon webbing back right there. This is an ambi sheath, so you can flip that blade over either way. Friction fit, secures in there really nice. And then this piece is actually going to fit right in there. So it's actually going to fit into that piece right there. I'm not going to go through that to take that off and just slide it in there, but that's how that fits in there, and it is secured. So like I said, BuckMaster, rich history as far as military history goes, and this is a new iteration. It is a limited edition. I believe only 1,000 of these were made, so they're not going to last long, but I'm going to go ahead and warn you, price is not for the faint of heart. We're talking 800 big one, $799.99 on that one right there. So if that Buck Legacy is something that you collect and you're after, that's definitely one you want to get your hands on, because they're not going to last long, and I don't think they're going to be coming back.
Limited number, limited thing. Tradition rich company. So it's one of those things, it's going to be bought.
Yeah.
Just depends on who it is.
Next up, we got a ton of new McNees and McNees Customs. This is the PM Mac 2. We got a huge shipment of PM Mac 2s across the board. Ton of different variations. This one is a new one that we've never had before. This is with a G10 inlay. Now, we also have some with just a G10 show side, including ones with the frag pattern like the JG10 and stuff like that. This is one that we've seen before as far as the handle, but that's going to be a new Tonto blade right there. All of these are going to be in Magna Cut, and just beautiful, simple, handmade knives in a small shop down in Alabama, and the dude makes incredible quality knives. Titanium on the handles, even the ones with the G10, full G10 show side. These are going to be all titanium frame lock on the backside. So, ambi thumb studs, just a really nice mid-tech knife that is going to be a heavy-duty hard use user. I love these. Now we also got some automatics in, like this one right here. That is actually a newer one that we haven't had before with the diamond pattern. And of course that's going to be aluminum on the handles on that one right there. So we're talking 420 on that one right there for the automatic. Magna Cut on the blade steel yet again. And that is a really good deal for a really nice out the side automatic made here in the US. All materials coming from here, nothing imported, nothing, it's all USA made in his shop, and he does all of the work himself down there and does a phenomenal job. We're talking $625 for that one right there, the blue and bronze frag Tonto. And I'm going to go ahead and say the Tontos are going to be a little bit more expensive because they are a little bit more difficult to work. This one right here is coming in at $610. Now you'll know that most of his come in around $525-ish for the Mac 2, and the 3.5-inch blade. This one's going to be a little bit more with $610 on this one because of the G10 inlay right there. So, ton of new McNees in. Check our website. We're going to put a link in the description below for all of these, but also for the entire McNees page on our website. And we've got his new fixed blade right here. This is the Ridge Runner, the PM Ridge Runner right here. And I got to say, ergonomically, this thing feels amazing. I haven't felt one that I liked in my hand this much since the first time I held a Dawson. And that's kind of what the G10 sculpting kind of reminds me of a little bit, but with a taller blade than the smaller Dawson knives. So we're talking full tang fixed blade, CPM 3V on the blade steel, USA made. And that one right there is going to be the natural canvas micarta version. That one's coming in at $322. And this one is going to be the G10 version right here, the OD green and black G10, coming in at $312. Beautiful knives, Kydex sheaths right there that are fully adjustable as far as the belt clip goes. And of course, they're going to be really easy to customize if you want to put something like an Ulta clip on there, pocket carry it, something like that. So, a lot of different options there. Actually, this is the first time I've held the micarta one.
It's
and
nice.
that micarta is nice and grippy, and
It's very nice.
just
I would like
really
to have
good.
that one.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I need to put that down. That hurts. Now, before we get on to our pocket checks, we're gonna go over. We just got in the pre-production sample of the engraved version of our Christmas case knife. This is the Christmas Sea Dragon. Of course, going to be the Trapper. And we've already showed off the non-engraved version. That one's coming in at $79.99. This one's coming in at $89.99 with the dragon scales on the backside and got the Sea Dragon head right there. I'm going to show that up close.
You know what I'm
With
excited
the
for?
Santa hat. What's that?
Is the coin for this one.
Yeah, it's going to look really cool. I'm really excited for that too. So we've got the Sea Dragon with the Santa hat right there, and then got the dragon scales on the backside. This is going to be the insanely popular Sea Dragon handle material that we had as an SMKW exclusive earlier this year and sold out of insanely fast. So if you need to add to that collection that you've already got, get ready. These are already up on the website. Go ahead and sign up to be notified when we get them in. You will get an email as soon as they come in stock, and then you can go ahead and buy it. We will send out those emails first. Now, forgot where I was going with that. So if you've got a collection of the Sea Dragons already started, you need to add to that. If you don't, and you wanted to get in on them, this is going to be your last chance. Kind of. Maybe. Wink. None of the ones that we've had made before will be coming back. I can tell you that much right now. None of the ones that we made before will be coming back, except for maybe one that the whole order wasn't fulfilled. But suffice it to say, that is our Christmas Sea Dragon case Trapper engraved bolsters. All right. I talked around a lot on that one. I also didn't show this, but kind of want to show this thing real quick. This is a new, not a knife item that we have here. It's our brand, Combat Ready, and it's an umbrella. It is a self-defense umbrella. So we've got an extra long handle right here that, there we go. Got it. That was loud. But it screws in right here. That way you've got a nice long handle so you can get this way high above your head. And we've got the glass breaker on the end right there. Now here's the cool part. We're going to deploy this.
The bad luck.
Bad luck. Oh no. Oh gosh, that got me in the face. Now, here's the interesting part. Most of the time you have to reach up here, you have to grab, you have to, push in a little steel bar that hurts your fingers every time, and then the whole thing just collapses on you. Sometimes it pinches your finger. Watch this. There's a button right here. This is a dual action out the front automatic umbrella. Boom.
Whoa.
Right there. Only thing you have to do then is just pull it in. So, one more time.
Whoa.
Yeah. That is super cool. I think that's neat. This is actually a sample that I stole out of Brian's office. Don't be mad at me, Brian. I love you. So those are coming very soon. They are on the way. This is our post-production sample, so those are going to be in very soon if that's something you're interested in. What are you carrying today, Isaac?
Well, today, you know, we had quite a bit of Microtechs on the show, but I've got one of my OG ones right here.
Nice.
An Ultratech.
Blade Show 2021.
It kind of lets you see what...
That was our first Blade Show together.
It was. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
But you can kind of see what it's from and what it went to.
Yep.
But I like mine. I actually use mine quite a bit. It's definitely not been like pristine. It's got scratches on it. I've dropped it.
Yeah.
Used it. You know, to me, it didn't seem like a huge collectible knife, and we got a really good deal on it, and they're made to be tough and used.
Yeah.
So I figured, why not just use it like a regular EDC? So
yeah.
What are you carrying?
Well, I've got my little P&W Bushcraft EDC pouch here. I've got my Nipex pliers in there. I've got my CDC pry bar that I anodized there and put the lanyard with the donut bead. And then I've got my case mini copper lock. That is the buffalo horn handle, which you can turn them all into handle material if you want, as far as I'm concerned. But I love that knife. I think it's super classy and super slick. It just slides right down in there, really nice and easy. And I really like this EDC tray / pocket organizer from P&W Bushcraft. I think they did a phenomenal job with that, and that's what I am carrying.
Greg's carrying this little knife from Knife Chats with Tobias.
Tobias paid us a visit last week.
Yeah, it's cool little thing right there.
It's been 2 weeks ago now, but yes.
But yeah, so that's our show. We got to hurry because our cameras are overheating because we've not had air conditioning in a week, and it is 84 degrees up here right now.
Yep.
Everything's overheating. So hopefully you guys are sitting somewhere nice and cool and enjoying this video that probably is terrible. And
we suck. We're just glad you guys watch us. Thank you so much. We love you. And that's why we brave the sweltering heat in this dry kiln of a room right now.
yes.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. Let us know which one of these was your favorite and which one you would
I'm taking this one.
you would like to have the most. As always, it's been me, TC, here, along with Isaac and Greg. Thank you so much. And remember, if it cuts, we carry